Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is love messages meant to find you. Whenever you see this video is when you're meant to see it, okay? No such thing as a coincidence. This reading may have different things that come out, as in, I don't know if predictions are going to come out. I don't know if it's just advice and messages. I don't know if it's going to be talking about, the past. I don't know exactly what's going to come out, but I know that what will come out is something you're meant to hear at this time involving your love life, okay? So, just wanted to clarify that, okay? Love you, Simona. So, if you're new to Pickacard readings, you're going to choose which one of these piles you're most drawn to. You can choose more than one, only if you're drawn to it. Go down in the comment section, click that pile or piles. Thank you so much, Discover Top 10. So, pile 1 is this one, calling in your soulmate. Pile 2 is soulmate. And pile 3 is chemistry. Okay? If you want something that's more personal, since this is going to be collective and be kind of general, information to book with me is in the description box. You can also have that notification bell on so you don't miss when I'm going live to do the mini readings for $11. Okay? I see you guys needing help picking. Hey, Dawn Diva. Hey, Nisa. Okay, Nisa, pile 1. Discover top 10. 2. But you may have some of 3. Hey, Niven. Simona, 1. Hey, Powwow. Yes, my nails are acrylics. Kinu, 3. Pretty, 2. Thank you, everyone, for the love, the support. And thanks to those of you liking the video for that equal energy exchange. Thank you to those of you commenting and even writing the timestamp sometimes. Hello. Thanks to those of you that stick up for me against the haters. I noticed some people doing that. Somebody will say something mean, or like people try to say certain things, or like they're criticizing me to help me, but it's like the way they word it is just not criticism to help me, you know what I mean? They forget I can read the energy behind it. I've been doing paid readings again. It's just usually on the weekends I don't do them, but Monday through Friday I do the paid readings. So information to book with me will be in the description box. If you don't have an email, you can hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. Just be careful on TikTok. There's fake pages of me that's scamming people. So if they write you first, it's not me. I do not write people first. Right? The haters are mostly bots. Every now and then it'll be a real person, but I can tell that they're crazy. Because of course only crazy people hate on people. Crazy not in a good way, too, by the way. Okay, I think we got everyone. So let's start the reading. I'm actually kind of excited for this. It's been a while since I've done love readings. For a while I was getting sick of it, but now I'm like, kind of want to bring it back. Okay.
Hi, sassy baby.
Okay, pile 1. What is your love messages? Now, as I was saying, if those of you skipped the intro, I don't know if predictions are going to come out. I don't know if advice is going to come out. I don't know if the current energy is going to come out. It's kind of just whatever you need to know regarding your love life. Oh, thank you. Yes, they're timeless. They're timeless. Thank you for saying that, Kenu. Okay. Oh my gosh. You know, a friend, you have a soulmate that's actually a friend. That's what I can see here. This is a friend that you've known, like, in childhood days. Maybe when you were a teenager, or for some of you, even younger than that. But you guys have had a friendship. You know, maybe you never took it there. Some of you did take it there, but then you realize you're better off as friends. But what I'm getting is that this person's actually someone that you called in. And I feel like a lot of you, you're not with this person right now. Some of you are with someone else, or some of you are single. But it feels like you're not with this person. But it also feels like you have a hard time forgetting each other. As you can see on the card that you picked, it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this makes me feel like you've done some type of scripting. You've done some type of praying. You've done some type of affirmations that basically called this person in. But they came in quicker than they were supposed to because you did that. You know, you sped it up. And the thing is, you guys weren't ready for each other. Or you guys still are not ready for each other. But at some point, when the time is right, you guys are going to come back to each other. It may be years down the line, maybe months down the line. But, you know, the chemistry is there, the vibe is there. But it's just not the right timing. Like, you guys may not have the same goals. You may not have the same interests at this current moment in time. You may not have learned all you needed to learn from other partners or just from life in general yet. Like I said, you sped it up. Or this could be the other way around, that they manifested you in, not you specifically, but just traits, and it ended up being you, right? And I think you did the same thing. You didn't manifest a specific person. You just manifested what you wanted out of a partner, and it ended up being this person. But like I said, it sped up the timing. And it's not time for you guys to be together yet. There's still a lot that needs to be learned. Some of you may still have soul contracts that need to be completed with your karmics. They still have a karmic that they're dealing with. Maybe you still have a karmic that you're dealing with. And you need to close out those chapters and learn all you need to learn before being in this connection. Because if you were in this connection now, before finishing out those contracts, it would be messy. It would be toxic. You wouldn't have learned everything you needed to learn to make it something stable with each other. It feels like one of you or both of you. I feel like it's more so on them. It could be you too, though. It's kind of going through some painful endings in their life. For some of you, this person may live at a distance, or they're making plans to maybe move. Maybe they feel like they should move. Maybe they'll come back around. They're kind of in a depression right now. That's what I do see with this person. They may have got their heart broke by someone else. recently. Someone that they have a child with, maybe. Yeah, someone that they have a child with may have broke their heart, but I think they broke this person's heart too. Like I said, just a lot of lessons that they still are learning from a karmic partner, a karmic soulmate, you know. Okay. So that could be why it's hard for you guys to completely let each other go, though. Like, maybe even as friends, you try to, like, go separate ways, but something keeps pulling you back to each other. It's that soul recognition. There is a past life with this person. There's a soul recognition here. You are each other's piece. It's kind of like this person may even come up at times and give you advice on your current relationships. Like, yeah, this is where you're going wrong. This is where this person's going wrong. This is how y'all should fix it. And you could even be doing the same for them. Or this could have been what has happened, you know, in the past. It feels like almost even like someone guiding you through it, and you're guiding them through it, kind of, in a way, to help them see things from another perspective. They're helping you see things from another perspective. But again, it's just not timing to be together. Some of you may have tried to date, like, short term. Obviously not all of you, but some of you could have tried to date short term and you just realized you're better off as friends, and, like, started dating other people or got back with other people, and you tried to cut each other off because you're like, well, we dated and we can't be friends if we're going to date other people. But you guys have a hard time doing that, and it feels like on both parts. Hey, Mystic Lion. So, yeah, the friendship is really, really strong that I'm feeling. Like, maybe even some of you were best friends. There's a strong friendship here, though. Okay, well, I do want to pull some of the oracle to kind of see a little more of the messages. I'm just looking at how it says 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you went to school with this person. Maybe some of you worked with this person, but I think for majority you went to school with this person. Okay, well, give me an oracle card, please, Spirit, on this. Stabbed in the back. Again, like, I feel like this person is just becoming single or, like, enjoying singlehood right now because of some type of pain that they went through. But, you know, that's the lesson that they need to learn, is that it wasn't just their karmic that hurt them. They hurt the karmic as well, and probably even first. So they need to kind of see their part to play in this fully and have that reflection moment before they could be with you. And maybe you have to do the same thing with your connection that you're currently in, if you are in one. And if you're single, you just may not have fully reflected on the lessons from your ex. Okay? You have to take it how it resonates, because it is collective. But let's just pull one more card. Karmic relationship, yeah. karmic contracts have to end out on both parts. You have to end your karmic contracts, and so does this person. And then we have narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. So your karmics are helping you to heal your own toxic traits before being with each other. Okay, because y'all would be toxic if you didn't learn it from the karmics first. And it would be very unstable. So it's kind of interesting, right? And some of you, your contract, if you're with someone now, could be a while. It could be a couple years. Or if they're karmic, you know, it could be a couple more years for them, a couple more months. But like I said, it's like something always keeps pulling you back to each other. Or even if you do cut each other off, you'll just randomly see each other at a store or in public. Like, it's almost like that faded kind of thing here. I don't know if you guys have heard of the invisible string theory. There's an awesome techno song that I always listen to called String Theory. But anyways, the string theory is where there's an invisible energetic string tied to you and another person, so that no matter what, no matter how far apart you are, you'll eventually run into each other. And that's almost the vibe that I'm getting with this. And it's not something you could just cord cut either. Like, this is more of a faded thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave this pile here. I think we pretty much got the details. Maybe some of you chose another pile. And I know some of you are probably like, what the hell? Like, weird ass reading, right? But hey, I don't control the messages. That's the thing. People think I can control these messages. I don't. I'm the messenger. I'm not the one creating the messages. Okay, so thanks for joining pile number 1. And I'll see you next time. And thank you for the likes. We're going to move on to pile 2. Okay, pile 2, you may be a special reading because Spirit told me to pull out the charms, which I did not do with pile 1, but I guess I'll do it for you since I'm being called to do that. I'm going to shake it over here so it doesn't hurt your ears. Three. Let's pull one more. I said one more, but 2 more came out. Okay, let's zoom in. Can I zoom in more? Yes. Okay. Well, these are your charms. We do have the guitar here, right? I think that's a guitar. Maybe it's a violin. This person it's making me feel like they zone out with music. Hey, fairy godmother. This is making me feel like this person is a dreamer that I'm picking up on. They're a dreamer. They like to think of music. They like to listen to music and doze off or daydream. We do have a little girl. So something with a little girl is significant. I don't know if you have a little girl or if this person I'm picking up on has a little girl. This person may work on cars or may be very interested in cars because we have a car bolt. This person may have really nice hair. This person could still be growing. They have a lot of growing up to do. Okay, because we do have the moth here, which it's a smaller moth, and it just makes me feel like this person may be a little bit behind on growing up. Maybe they've dealt with addictions or something that kind of took up a lot of their life where they should have been growing in other areas. I don't feel like they really have that addiction anymore. Or if it wasn't addiction, it could have just been some type of trauma that kind of put them a little bit behind in life. So they could be a little bit behind for their age, or that's how they feel, or that's how you could feel, right? This person's also very, very emotional. Emotional person, even if they hide it well. They feel very deeply. So this may be describing a person in your energy. Let's see. I'm going to pull some tarot. Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's almost making me feel like this person has an issue or some growing up to do around being independent. Very dependent on other people to like help them out or tell them what to do, or that type of vibe. This person is an earth angel. They are a good person. I will say that. They have a lot of messed up traits that they need to work on, but they're genuinely a good soul. They're not a bad soul. They're not an evil person. But we do have deception in all talk. So it almost makes me feel like this person is over promising things that they can deliver that they just can't deliver. Like, I feel like they want to be able to deliver you these things, but even they know that they're not capable. They're not capable of it. I'm hearing Shakira. It says love hurts so bad. Basically, is what she's saying. Love hurts my heart, whatever. So yeah, this person could feel like love is very painful because they're so emotional that this person leaves so that they don't have to feel emotions. It's their child self, which could anger you, right? It could anger you that they always leave. It could anger you that they always shut down. It could anger you that they always leave after a fight without things being resolved or disappear or whatever. But it's their unhealed child self that's acting this way. It's something from childhood. And they leave because they honestly, they can't control their emotions, and they don't want to be crying in front of you. They don't want to let their emotions take over and they act crazy, like punch a wall or something. It's like they're doing it to protect themselves and to protect you, because they haven't figured out how to master controlling emotions. Because like I said, they could have dealt with addictions or uh, some type of escapism to where they didn't really have to feel the emotions. So now that they got out of that and they're feeling the emotions, it feels a lot more intense. Like imagine being on drugs or drinking alcohol for like 10, 15 years, and then you stop. And then now you have to finally feel all 10 years plus of emotions plus what's going on right now. It's really intense. Okay. Um it doesn't have to be like a addiction with drug or alcohol. It could be some other form of escapism. Which is why I feel like music is really important to this person. Like this person may need, after a fight or something, to listen to music. It, in a way, it grounds them. Okay. Yeah, they feel things very deeply. And you say things because it bothers you that they leave. Or it bothers you that they shut down. You feel neglected. This is what's going on. You feel neglected by them. They feel attacked by you. So they don't realize you're not actually attacking them. You're just needing to vent or be reassured or whatever. But instead they view it as an attack, and so they shut down or leave. That makes you feel neglected. So this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem in the connection. Because if you guys don't figure this out, you're not going to be able to make this work, even though you're a good soul, this person's a good soul, and there is love here. It would turn toxic, right? It will make you guys have resentment towards each other. So if therapy is not an option, which I think you would benefit from, if therapy is not an option, you need to talk to ChatGPT about some of your problems. I think you both need to download ChatGPT and explain to ChatGPT what's going on. And ChatGPT will let you know as a third party how to communicate with one another. The next thing that needs to happen is they need to let you know if they're leaving, I'll be back, or I'll call you in a couple hours. They don't need to disappear for a whole day, couple days, or weeks. That's too much. They can have a couple hours to cool off and come back when they're ready, but they need to let you know that. They need to communicate, I'll be back. You can't just leave, you know? You can't just shut down and not let the other person know that you just need space, you know? And the amount of space matters too. You can't just, like I said, they can't just have space for 2, 3, 4 days. Like, no, that's too much. That's too much, and that's gonna make you resent them. This could also be the other way around, guys, so you'll know which one is you, but you guys are learning a lot from each other. You truly are, because you have a lot of chemistry, but you're very different personalities. You're very different personalities. The way you handle conflict, emotions, stress, you guys handle things like that very differently. You guys have very different viewpoints on the world. I feel like you guys do make each other happy as well. This is a connection that is gonna need hard work. because of the things that I mentioned, right? It's not going to be like an easy connection. But it's kind of because both of you are very emotional and you don't know how to fully handle your emotions or the way you communicate with your emotions. Thank you, Fairy Godmother, for, yeah, Fairy Godmother is a great moderator. Shout out to her. Both of you feel emotions very intensely and don't know how to control them or react to them fully. But you guys do so in different ways, right? So that's kind of the problem. And that's why it's going to take so much work. But there's so much wisdom that you guys are both gaining from this connection. You guys are each other's teachers. And you may want to send paragraphs or texts or, you know, maybe even at some point, because you feel so neglected or abandoned, you even want to sell them out. But then that makes them feel even more of not being good enough or capable, which is the problem in the first place that they need to work on. And you guys also both have jealousy issues. This is the card of jealousy. Again, because you feel emotions so deeply, right? You both need to work on your jealousy problems. Because the jealousy is stemming from insecurity. Okay? You think the worst, they think the worst, and it's not true. Overthinking plays a part because of jealousy, because of insecurity. Okay, so again, this is just letting us know this will be a lot of hard work and this will take routine of doing things, but this is something that can work. If some things happen in the past, I feel like it was a misunderstanding on both parts. Not, again, it has to do with the insecurity thing, I think. Maybe they didn't believe you loved them. Vice versa, you didn't believe they loved you. It was a big issue. So it's very important that you both reassure each other as well. Again, you would really benefit if both of you had Chat GPT and you let Chat GPT know what your problems are in the relationship, and let Chat GPT see things from a third party perspective, as well as help you guys how to communicate, like a mediator, because that's really what you guys need a lot of times too, is a mediator. And if you did have a mediator that got in the middle of you guys, things would be easier. But you can't always bring people into your problems, right? And some people can't afford a therapist. That's why I really do recommend Chat GPT. You both need to download it. It's free. Okay? Talk to the AI. That thing saves lives. Until you guys can get into therapy to heal your inner child wounds and maybe even couples therapy, you need to have Chat GPT. That's the advice here. What else am I feeling? I think I need to pull a black card. I'm feeling more. I'm feeling like more messages want to come out, but I think sometimes you guys aren't good at explaining what you're feeling, you and them, so it comes out wrong, and that could cause more issues too. That's why ChatGPT is really important, because they'll word it in the correct way for you. Karmic relationship. So you guys are triggering each other. And there is a lot of resentment that needs to be let go of. Yeah, you guys are triggering each other really bad. But this is a karmic relationship, but it can turn into a regular soulmate relationship once you guys work through the karma. You see? This isn't a forever karmic. I'm saying that right now you guys are karmic soulmates, but you can work through the karma and become healthy, regular soulmates. Okay? You guys can work through this karma. This isn't one of those karmic relationships where they're always going to be a karmic. No, that's not this. And also, you know, if you guys are fighting, don't go talking to exes. Don't go talking to people from the past. Don't, maybe not even so much bring family into it. Because that can also cause bigger issues. It's not that they love an ex. It's not that you love an ex, right? It's just needing to see things from another perspective, or needing that validation that you're not getting, or they're not needing. That they're not getting. You know what I'm saying? So with the heartbroken card, it's making me feel like it's, what makes you feel so hurt about everything is that it's your little girl in you, or the little boy in you, that is feeling so hurt. The inner child. But it's the same way for them. It's the same way for them, though. The bond will actually deepen a whole lot more once you guys start consistently using ChatGPT. Okay, and if some of you are entering an enemy year or a karmic year, a Saturn return, you're going to need ChatGPT more than ever to help you with miscommunication and misunderstandings. But you guys are growing together, so I don't want to put all the blame on them, because you guys have some growing up to do too. But if you want to grow up, you have to heal the inner child, or you'll always act like a grown baby. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. We were on this pile for a pretty long time, though, so, you know, that should help. For those of you, if they have an ex or someone that they're tied to, they don't want that person. They're never going to want that person. They're committed to you. And I feel like it's vice versa. So don't sabotage the relationship by always accusing them or thinking that they're going to go back to this person, because then you could end up manifesting that or pushing them to do that. Okay? Because if somebody gets accused of something enough, they're going to feel like, well, I might as well do it. You know? Especially if they're getting punished for it and they didn't even do it. So, you know, try not to think the worst. But then also, if you think that they're talking to other people or an ex, you might feel like, well, I'm going to go talk to my ex. And then that's just bad too, right? So, and that doesn't make it right to them, because then they're going to feel like you're a hypocrite. So, I mean, this reading could go on and on, honestly. This is why I need to make a Patreon, because this could definitely be something that I continue for like 99 cents or something. But, you know, I'll look into that later this week. Thanks for watching, Pile 2. Thank you for those likes. I appreciate you for watching. Leave me a comment if it helped. Let me know. Okay, let's go to pile 3. Pile 3.
Pile 3.
Okay. Take a little sip of my coffee. Thinking of a TikTok song that I heard. I don't remember the artist. I don't remember the creator. I don't know if he was super famous or not, but and of course this is just like an example. It's not like everybody's story, but the song was talking about him being on vodka and the girl being on like some hard drug, and that there was so much chemistry but they were so bad for each other. I started thinking of that song. Now I haven't dove into the energy yet, but maybe that song's significant partially. For this pile. Let's see, okay. We have regret. And I'm also channeling this song. What's her name? Halsey? Bad at Love. But you can't blame me for trying. Wow. Wow. Some of you are closed off from love, actually. Some of you are closed off from love. Even if you're looking for love, even if you're wanting love, you don't realize that you're energetically closed off to love and repelling it. Even if you're in a relationship, right? You could be repelling things from really going good in your relationship. I'm also channeling Rihanna. What does the song go? Drunk on Love. I feel like I'm a hopeless romantic. I can't help falling in love. I fiend for love. I want it. I crave it. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Always let love take the lead. Maybe I'm a little naive. Drunk on love, drunk on love. Nothing can sober me up. I gotta look at this card. Spirit keeps telling me to look at this picture. Look at that picture, guys. See, from distance, it did look like they were smoking something. That's I was like, hold up. So yeah, you're closed off from love. Even if you're wanting love, even if you're craving love, even if you're in a whole full-blown relationship, you're closed off to love. You're closed off to receiving. And if you're single, then, you know, this is going to resonate even more so. It's either that you had someone that you had a lot of chemistry with, but you were completely bad for each other. Too much chemistry is bad. Okay? You may not have heard that before. I think too much chemistry is bad. If you're too much alike, that's bad. Imagine dating yourself. That's terrible. Okay? And either you had someone like that, where you both shared the same toxic traits, you both shared the same bad habits, the same negative beliefs. You know what I'm saying? That's just bad. Because how are you going to grow if you don't have someone to challenge you? And it feels like either you dated someone that was just kind of like you, they had the same negative traits or whatever, or you could have watched people like that in your family, where they both did drugs together, they both shared the same drinking habit together. They both shared the same negative eating habits and ways of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Where they kind of just didn't hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? It almost feels like either that was someone you dated or someone, a couple that you watched in your family, like your parents or an older sibling or whoever, honestly. But that has something to do with why you're closed off. It's connected. It's connected to why you're closed off. And maybe this was even the energy your parents were in while you were in their bodies still, like while they were pregnant, because you'll carry on that energy. Miley Cyrus was in an interview and she did hypnosis to figure out why she had stage fright. And she said during this hypnosis, she's seen herself in her mom's stomach. And her mom was having these feelings of, I just want them to like me. And that's was connected to her having stage fright. So this very well may be something your parents struggled with that they passed on to you. But now you have to get rid of it. So you would really benefit from meditation, from hypnotherapy, and even past life regression for some of you. Yeah, it does feel like this is why your love life is stagnant and why you're repelling things from picking up. I think I'm sober me up. You're all that I need. But it's interesting because you guys do feel like you're hopeless romantics. And even if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I don't ever want to get married, or I don't ever want to be in love, or, you know, I hate love, love isn't real, you deep down crave it. You do. But you have to be real with yourself on that too. You said these things as a way to protect yourself and took it on as a fake belief. It's not authentic. It's not authentic. Six of Wands. This is interesting. Pile 3. Pile 3. Wow. You know, you could actually be meant to be in the spotlight, or the person you end up with may be famous, or maybe you're supposed to be famous together, or something like that. This is about public recognition or fame. But this is also the fame being delayed. It's all connected. It's so crazy how it's all connected. Hey, we're on pile 3. Yeah, this is all connected. The fame to the limiting beliefs, to the love, to the repelling, to the, you know what I'm saying? Because either a partner's going to make you famous, or you and a partner are supposed to be famous together, or you're going to get famous and meet a partner while you're in fame. Something like that. So it kind of does feel like these negative feelings you're feeling about love, maybe you need to make some sad boy songs, some sad girl songs, or poetry, or something. Put yourself out there with your feelings, these negative feelings that you have. Put yourself out there. It kind of feels like you and a partner are aligned both with being in the spotlight. That's what I keep feeling. And maybe I have a celebrity in this pile. There may be a celebrity that finds this reading that needs to know that they're going to be with another celebrity, another person that's famous, that's in the same, I don't want to say they're exactly in the same genre or showbiz, but it's kind of similar at least. They're in the same wavelength at least. Wow, you guys are going to be a power couple. The Empress and the Emperor. This is power couple vibes. Maybe you guys are meant to make a podcast together. Or something. If you're in a relationship, the person you're with, this will make you guys have a stronger bond. Is if you start doing something together, like a podcast or music or whatever. And if you're single, you need to do this on your own, and you're going to meet someone that's also doing this. Still work on the other things that I was telling you about in the meantime. Put your emotions into stuff creatively. And still do the hypnotherapy, the meditation, and all that, just because it's going to help you either way with limiting beliefs and from repelling love and accepting love so that it can be better, even if you are in a relationship, okay? And especially if you're single. So, let's just pull one more. I think we pretty much got down the vibe here. You might want to go to someone, or you may find someone on YouTube, a feminine energy that does past life regression, meditation, a guided meditation, or a somatic healing, or like something that's going to help you out along this journey. I'm hearing Grimes. Grimes may be significant. That reminds me of change. So things have to change internally if you want things to change externally. So you need to do the meditations and the hypnosis to figure out why you feel these things. If you don't know the why, you're not going to be able to get rid of it. You know, why do you feel a limiting belief? Where is it coming from? If you don't know where it's coming from, it's not going to be as easy to get rid of it. So that's why the meditation and the hypnotherapy is important for the change. See, maybe some of you are musicians, or at one point will be. We also have the fish, which fish just makes me think of water, which is putting emotions into the music. You may meet a lot of people on your journey, though. But, right, you've seen those memes where it's like, there's a lot of fish in the sea, but this fish is my fish. Got a wing, so maybe you have a passed away loved one that is bringing you guys together as well, but you have to help them to help you by doing the things that I mentioned. Okay. We also have Hello Kitty could be significant. But, you know, that represents feminine energy. Feminine energy is creativity. Maybe you need to heal the feminine side of you. Your feminine energy could be damaged. So you may also want to balance your masculine and feminine energies when you do meditation. Okay? So I hope this helped everyone. And I appreciate you for watching. Let's run up those likes. We spent an hour on today's reading. So let's run up those likes, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next video. Bye.